And welcome back. British theologian Thomas Fuller wrote that we never know the worth of water till the well is dry. But there are poor people in many parts of the world who know only too well the worth of water because they just don't have it. My next guest has devoted his life to providing them with safe, clean water. That's why he is this week's Hucks hero.
Years ago, my daughter came home from school and told my wife and I that she wanted to go on a trip to the Brazilian Amazon. So we quickly decided that if she was going to go on this trip, one of us was going to have to accompany her, and that became my job. So while in the Amazon, I saw things I wasn't prepared to see. I saw people that were far from God, without hope. I saw people that were drinking from a filthy river, and they thought that was normal. I had no idea at that point what God would be doing in my life or in my family's lives. I certainly had no idea that 11 years later, we would have served hope to over 1 million people around the world. In that place is where God breathed life into the bucket ministry. And in that place is where He showed me why He created me.
Please welcome the founder of the Bucket Ministry, Christopher Beth. Great to have you here, Christopher.
Thank you.
You know, I hear people talking about a bucket list. First time I've ever heard of a bucket ministry, but this is phenomenal. And this little device right here is able to filter even filthy water like we're looking at.
Absolutely. That device there will provide over 20 years worth of clean, safe drinking water.
That device, 20 years.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's manufactured in the United States, and that we use as a tool to meet a physical need and to be able to preach the gospel.
I mean, you really earned the right to talk to people about the Lord because you give them something they've never had.
Absolutely.
Clean, pure water.
The World Health Organization cites that 785 million people lack access to something that I've taken for granted most of my life, and that's clean, safe drinking water, which is more than twice the population of the United States.
Now, this is some pretty filthy water. You've got it all mudded up with stuff.
Yeah.
So when you go to places across the world, there's, diseases, cholera and all sorts of things, typhoid, that people get from the water. So you're telling me this little device right here will take that kind of water and make it not just okay, but pure.
Let me put this in perspective, Governor. Many of the people we serve have never seen what clear water looks like. They think that's normal. Would you like to see it work?
Let's see it work. I'm
right.
absolutely amazed
So
at
we're
that little
simply
device
going
to do
to
it.
tip this down.
Okay.
And we'll start making a little bit of clean water. So what's happening now is all the water from this bucket is going through the filter. The filter is trapping all the contaminants. It's filtering down to the bacterial level, and it will yield clean, safe drinking water that many people that are forced to drink out of a river or a lake or a stream, that's their only access. This will make it clean.
You're telling me this water came out of this bucket?
Absolutely.
Because that looks pretty clean. It really does.
Absolutely.
And I find it just amazing. So, it looks clean. Is it actually drinkable?
It is. And as educated people, we know that it's not the things generally in the water that we can see that are going to make us sick. It's the things we can't see.
Right.
So we have drank the nastiest water all over planet Earth because we have to be sure that this gift that we're giving people is going to help them.
You know, and I love the fact that it's all about getting the gospel. So you're able to say, just like your life can be filthy, it can be made clean.
Absolutely. It's a great illustration, Governor.
You know, it's such a powerful thing. I think Trey should try a sip of this water. And
I had a feeling that's what you were
You
gonna
knew
do.
it was going to happen.
But see, I trust him. I'm good. It's good to go, man.
Ah, the faith of a child. Wow.
It's actually very good.
I would have done it, but I'm going to have some fried pies later, so I'm thinking I don't want to do all the cool things in the show. This is pretty awesome. One thing I want you to tell me, the 3 non-negotiables that you have with the Bucket Ministry, what are they?
Absolutely. So when we go out and go to work, or when we work with churches or other partners, we mandate these three things that we call non-negotiables. It's because we won't go to work unless these happen. First and foremost, Jesus Christ is going to be proclaimed in the distribution of filters and in the follow-ups of filters. That's why we do this, is to preach the gospel and then to disciple those people that come to faith and direct them to local like-minded churches. Second one is data is going to be collected from the recipients. Because, Governor, we want to show our donors, our partners, where their resources are going. So we collect data and we're able to connect those people with the very recipients of the filter. Wow. And then lastly, that 3 follow-up visits will be done by our indigenous missionaries or pastors. And so what that looks like is they go back the first time 7 to 10 days after they get the filter, another 2 weeks later, and another 2 weeks later. Because what the filter becomes is a key that starts a relationship. And they're invited back into the home to develop relationships, and we earn the right to be able to share the gospel.
It is a powerful ministry, and I have a feeling, I hope that many of you will say, I'd like to be a part of what this guy's doing and what the Bucket Ministry is all about. And you can, and it's one of the most amazingly accountable ministries I've ever been acquainted with. It's why Christopher's our Hucks hero. If you want to learn more, if you'd like to help the vital work of the Bucket Ministry, maybe that's on your bucket list. Just visit Huckabee.tv. Right now, that tall drink of water, Keith Bilbrey, is going to tell us what he's got coming up next on his bucket list.
Well, buckle up. We're going to Bell Buckle, Tennessee after the break with Our Kind of Town. And I have a special guest to introduce you to. That's coming up on Huckabee.